Thanks for hitting that like, whoever that was. Give you an opportunity to come up in here, get you with a short live compared to what I usually do when I work in live. I'm not going to do too many laps today, probably just one or two. It was good. It was good. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? I had the damn earbuds in. We got to turn it off, and it makes it sound weird. So let me. All right. Yo, yo, yo. What's good, folkers? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. It's Tyrus Bane. Good afternoon. What's up, Hobbit Kai? Y'all know what it is. Getting my ruck on. 80 pounds. You feel me? 80 pounds including all this shit. You know, not 80 pounds in the pack. More like, I think it's like 72, 73 pounds in the pack. You know what I mean? Got my waters. Gotta stay hydrated. I got that intra workout in there. You know what I mean? Just to keep me refreshed during this hard cardio session. How y'all doing this morning? Y'all know what it is. We're gonna get into a couple things. Derek C. Williams, missing white woman syndrome. Yeah, that's funny to me. One way to not be taken seriously is to say shit like white women syndrome, right? Missing white women syndrome. And, you know, I was watching Brandon Tatum's live, not live, but video he did on Gabby Petito. And, you know, he had a good point, man. I hate to say it. Well, I don't hate to say it because the truth, I will never hate the truth. I will never hate the facts. You know what I'm saying? Damn it, freaking foot numb. All right. The hell? Fucking toes. I got some numb toes. My fucking, what they call that shit? Sciatica's acting up. Anyway, Brandon Tatum made a great point. You know what I'm saying? When he said that they're talking about white women syndrome, but what about when black men, fuck. Oh, my fucking foot. Oh, shit, the fuck? All right. One lap might be all I've been able to do with this fucking sciatica acting up. What the fuck? Feels weird. Anyway, Brandon Tatum, he said, what about when black men getting killed by the police are highlighted? You know what I'm saying? Wait. That's not what he said. Whatever. Y'all get what I'm saying. This is the problem. Actually, Brian from High Impact Flicks brought this up too. He said, I don't remember exactly what Brandon Tatum said, but he mentioned something similar to what, because Officer Tatum is not going to say this. He's not going to talk about how, you know, black men, unarmed black men getting killed by the police are highlighted, but not unarmed white men. You know what I'm saying? Because he would have to admit that the police are just terrorists in general. It doesn't matter what race you are. They're terrorists in general. They kill with impunity, in general when they kill white men or black men. But they don't highlight white unarmed white men getting killed by the police. Why not? Because then they would have to acknowledge that the police is a terrorist organization. Police departments are terrorist organizations. But that's another story. But yeah, but when you say shit like missing white women syndrome and all that shit, you kind of muddy in the waters, because yes, while black women aren't highlighted as much when they come up missing, you know what I'm saying? Black women of color in general, you know, while that's true, that using another missing woman's story to kind of like, I don't know, to diminish, or diminish the effect or the impact of that missing woman, it's kind of like to diminish that, and it makes you look kind of ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Yes, any missing woman that comes up missing needs to be highlighted. Yes, just period. Doesn't matter how salacious the story is. The more people know about this missing person, the better. You want to know what this missing you want to know so you can help. More eyes on the story means more people that can look out for the missing person. And that goes for children. Forget about that. Forget about just the white women versus black women, or black people in general. What about the children? Underage children, right? Hell, you could say that missing underage children don't get highlighted as much as Gabby, an adult woman. You understand what I'm saying? Like, where's the outrage for that? All missing people need to be highlighted in general. This is a big problem in this country, particularly with missing women, right? Missing women all over the world. Missing children, especially. Missing children. That needs to be highlighted even more so, or just as much as everything else. Children come up missing, and they don't get the coverage Gabby Petito gets. You know what I'm saying? Who got as much coverage as Gabby Petito in terms of children? Maybe Gordon Benet Ramsey, or whatever her name is. Jordan Benet. Forgot what her name is. But I haven't seen a missing child get highlighted as much since then. And she was a pageant person, a little kid pageant, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Gordon Benet Ramsey. I forgot her name. What's her name? John Benet Ramsey, whatever her name is. Miami police use black men's mugshots as target practice. Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, that's using black men's mugshots as target practice. I mean, that just, that's pretty cut and dry right there. I've seen that. I've been seeing that for years. I saw that years ago. I didn't even know you could use the race car like that. Well, use it whenever you need to. A Ninja says majority of police are good. A Ninja, how's that? I would say that the majority of police are indifferent, not good. I don't know any good police officers that actually remain as police officers. Good police officers, if they were good police officers, there will be a lot less bad police officers, right? Not only that, but these so-called good police officers that you're talking about, they enforce unconstitutional laws all the time. You know what I'm saying? They enforce unconstitutional laws. So if they're enforcing the edicts of a politician or a group of politicians, then they can't be good police officers. If they swore on the Bible or whatever they swore on to uphold and defend the Constitution, and they're out there trampling on people's constitution based on man-made laws, they're not good cops. So if you're part of a police department and you're enforcing these laws, you're not a good police officer. If you put on a badge and a gun and you go out and you enforce face flag mandates, if you enforce, you know, social distancing, all this other shit, you know, you're violating people's rights. If a police officer harasses, accosts, or other, you know what I'm saying? If they violate a person who's not even committing a crime, and let's understand what committing a crime is. In order to commit a crime, you have to leave a victim. If you're not, if you're bothering somebody, violating the privacy, you know what I'm saying, forcing them to pull over to have a conversation with you because you feel like they're going too fast, or they didn't make a complete stop at a stop sign, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be, and they left no victim, or they're not drunk driving, then you're not a good police officer. If you take it upon yourself to, you think you can just do whatever you want to people because you have a badge and a gun and these laws dictate that you can do that, then you're not a good police officer. If you can't exercise critical thinking skills when you go out there to protect and serve, you're not a good police officer. There's no such thing as a good police officer. Sorry. Let's see. You know many? Well, you know, how did they keep their job? Look, a good police officer is not going to go out there and enforce civil asset forfeiture laws. They're not going to enforce lockdowns. They're not going to enforce any of that shit. And even before the pandemic, if they're out there enforcing bullshit, then they're not good. They're violating 18 U.S. Code 242, and they should go to jail. Point blank and period. You have a huge responsibility when you put on that badge and that gun and you swore to defend the Constitution. You have a big responsibility to defend that Constitution, your state constitution and the federal constitution. If you're not doing that, then you're not a good cop. And I could argue that there are no good police officers that are doing that. If you're with your partner and your partner decides to start beating on the suspect for no reason, just because he's mad because, you know, they didn't comply the way they wanted them to, and you don't stop that cop, then you're not a good police officer. If you do stop him, now I say you're probably decent, but what were you doing before that? Enforcing unconstitutional laws. That's just the reality of it. Yeah, cops are allowed to lie, steal, and cheat. But if we do that to police officers, guess what? We can get locked up for that. Police officers are no better than you or me, right? So, nah. There's no such thing as good police officers. If one officer is bad at the department and the rest stay silent, then they're all bad in this department to some extent. Yeah, exactly. They're complicit. They're complicit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they turn a blind eye, if they say, oh, well, you know, I got to hold up the blue line of silence. If you put your big blue wall before, shout out to Junie, 86, Marcy T, Christopher Williams, Derek C. Williams was up in here. A Ninja, shout out to y'all, the Hobbit Kai. Yeah. If you hold up that blue wall of silence, you know, you put that before the people. If you put the state before the people, then you're just not generally not a good person. Even if you're not a cop. If you're a person who thinks that the state has the power to rule over the people, or individuals, politicians, you know, if you feel like that, you know, then to me, you're not a good person. You're just You're just an indifferent person coasting through life who can't think on their own and use critical thinking skills. Black Spring Autumn was good. Marcy T said the popo in Australia said they are the people, but they need a check. Yeah, exactly. And that's the perfect example of your good cop. One who knows that they're violating people's rights, but because they want a paycheck and because, you know, there's an edict in place, they want to go ahead and continue to violate your rights. No, that does not a good cop make. And more police are shot by criminals than cops shooting criminals. Not even close. Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that information? Because I completely disagree. You know, there is very little risk. Of the millions of encounters the police officers have, there is very low danger to police officers. Being a police officer is one of the least dangerous jobs out there in regards to how many encounters they have, you know what I'm saying, that end up with them being harmed or whatever. I ain't never heard no shit like that. Where you get that information? Look it up, dude. Why you hate cops so much? I don't hate cops. I think they're useless, jackbooted thugs. They're the enforcement arm of the government mafia. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have critical thinking skills. They don't. They don't have critical thinking skills. They can't think on their own. All they do is follow orders. That's all you hear the motherfuckers say. And if they have to say that, then you know they're violating your rights. You know they know that they're violating your rights. But they choose a paycheck over your rights. They put their paychecks in the state before the people. I don't know how many times I gotta say that in how many different ways. Modern Prospector was good. For every bad cop you call out, I can give you 100 that are good. Name 10 and tell me the good shit they've done. I don't want to hear that, well, when they went out on patrol, they didn't kill nobody that day. No, that's not, whether or not you're a good cop isn't measured by how many people you killed unprovoked. That's not how it works. It's how many right violating edicts have you enforced? Knowing that you put your hand on that Bible and swore to uphold the Constitution. How many times have you violated the Constitution in that uniform? If you never have, you're a good cop. If you actually serve the people, you're a good cop. But you can't be a good cop unless you actually do serve the people. And that's how it should work. Police officers should answer to the people. Because guess what? Who pays their paychecks? We do. So the day that police officers answer directly to the people, we cut out the middleman that is the commissioner. We cut out the middleman that is the mayor. You cannot give direct orders to police officers. Their orders have to come from the people. Maybe a civilian board of individuals. I don't know. But not council people, not politicians. And cops, they have to answer for the bullshit they pull. You know what I mean? Like, they can't be good cops. Let me see. Fucking screen. Junie says, I'm pretty sure it was a guest on Joe Rogan Nassar, oh. Mountain Prospector, sorry you've been brainwashed, man. Hopefully you can see you're way past it. Tell me how I've been brainwashed. See? I've been brainwashed. Who brainwashed me? You know what? You're right. I have been brainwashed. My brain has been washed of all the impurities. My brain has been washed of all the bullshit contaminants that has been soaking in during my childhood. You're right. My brain has been washed clean. And now it's full of clarity. You're taking less than 0.5% of police to make a majority. What do you do for work? What? You're taking less than 0.5% of police. Okay, so if less than half of police are bad, then why are they still existing in police departments? Why haven't they been expelled? Yes, you can't expel every bad police officer. It's not gonna happen because you're always gonna have corrupt police officers because they're humans. But when you spot it and it's obvious, you excise that bitch. They're not doing that. So that's why I said there are two types of police officers. There are bad cops and indifferent cops. Sorry about that, guys.
Right.
Stupid ass phone call. Anyway, like I said, there are two types of police officers. Good cops, different cops. I mean, my bad. Bad cops and indifferent cops. So there are the bad cops that do blatantly bad shit, and then there are the good the indifferent cops that allow the shit to happen, that hold up that thin blue line. There's a reason they call it the thin blue line, right? The blue wall of silence and all that bullshit. No. You won't convince me that there's such thing as good cops. Sorry. Because I know there aren't. You want to call them indifferent? Sure, go ahead. Turning a blind eye, allowing the corruption to go on. You know what I'm saying? Not defending the Constitution, because that's what they should be doing. That's one of their jobs. That's what they swore to. Defend and uphold the Constitution. I swore to that when I was in the military. When I joined the Army, I swore to uphold and defend the Constitution. You understand? So, they might be good people, right? You might have good people in police departments, but they're not good cops. You understand what I'm saying? Am I playing soldier? Mountain Prospector? What does it matter? Does it matter? Are you out here? You know what? Nobody needs to answer if I ever been in the military. All right? Mountain Prospector. Does it matter? Are you out here humping 80 pounds up a hill? Up multiple hills? Are you humping 80 pounds up multiple hills and stairs? You know what I'm saying? If that's playing soldier, then I guess I'm playing soldier. Because I guess only soldiers could put on tactical vests, wear backpacks with weight in it, right? You know what I'm saying? So, it doesn't matter if I was in the military or not. I'm out here getting it. I'm out here getting it. What you doing? Very, very good question, though.
All right, you want to go back here? You want to go back in?
And then to be a good person, vote in good people, and you will get good cops. Lies. Lies. That is completely false. Because guess what? People been voting for centuries. And nothing good has come from voting for people to rule over you. Nothing has come good from that. And when you vote for somebody, when people vote, people don't vote for good cops. That's not what they're voting for, because the cops are gonna be there regardless. It's the culture, right? It's the culture that has to change. You don't do that by voting. All you do when you vote is acknowledge that when you vote, you're acknowledging that you're submitting. That's all you're doing. You're submitting to whatever outcome it is. All you're doing is saying, I really want this person to rule over me. But if my person doesn't get picked, then I'm still going to submit to the person that was picked. That's all you're doing when you vote. You're saying, no matter the outcome, I'm still going to submit to you. That's what you're doing when you vote. I don't vote. Voting does nothing but keep these people in place. It's one mechanism. It's one mechanism to keep these people in control. Yeah, I'm talking down on police. You goddamn right. Alien believers, high tyrants, and all my neighbors. What's good, man? And then, yeah, I agree with be a good person. Be a good person. But also be good at what you do when you go into work. If you're a good person, but in a different cop, you're not a good cop. If you're not gonna call out the bullshit, corruption in the police departments, I've highlighted how there are whole gangs and sheriff's departments in certain places. Those indifferent cops would be good cops if they got rid of those gang members, but they don't. They know they exist, and they turn a blind eye and keep their mouth shut so they can continue to get a $100,000 a year paycheck. So no, there are no such things as good cops. You're more likely to have killed an innocent person in the military. Who keeps telling you that? What kind? Like, yo, you're delusional, bro. You're just as likely to kill an innocent person as a police officer as you are in the military. I'm not going to argue against that. I'm not going to sit up here act like soldiers who go into active war zones might not have killed innocent people. But it's actually less likely for ground soldiers to do that. You know why? Because soldiers actually get into full battles where there's a whole faction of enemy shooting at you. You understand what I'm saying? And when those bullets get to flying, when those rounds are zinging by you and you're being shot at, you're shooting back and you're trying to be precise. You're trying to have well-placed aim, but sometimes it's too chaotic. That doesn't happen with police officers. You understand? And the rules of engagement for soldiers during peacetime. Let's not compare wartime to wartime. You can't compare the two. That's a false equivalency because soldiers operate under a whole different thing. They're under the Geneva Code, the Geneva Convention, and they have certain rules of engagement during certain times, right? So right now, police officers are operating within their own country, secured by the military at the borders, or so we're supposed to think. And police officers are operating essentially in what is peacetime. So the odds of them encountering whole factions of people shooting at them is very small. So when they engage a single individual that gave them an attitude that they didn't like, and they end up killing that person who's unarmed, didn't present a legitimate threat, there's no excuse for that. Oh, I didn't like the way you said that to me. Oh, you going stiff when I grab your person? Or when I violate your privacy? You resisting to me? Oh, how dare you? I'm gonna put you in a chokehold and kill you, or I'm gonna shoot you. No, miss me with that. You can't, it's a false equivalency, my friend. It's not the same shit. And believes that people are hypocrites. Mostly people get married in the eyes of God, but don't live anybody in the truth. Yeah. A ninja, that sounds good. We the people are the boss, but we constantly getting bossed around, ain't we? And guess who? Look, man. You have corrupt politicians. You have politicians that want to rule over you, and they commit tyranny every day. They initiate tyranny. But who actually commits the tyranny? Who follows through with the tyranny? Who puts the fire behind the tyranny? The law enforcers. Without the law enforcers, the tyrants, it will be a paper tiger. Without law enforcement enforcing these unlawful edicts, come on. We the people are supposed to have the power, but we don't, because we won't stand up. We won't stand on our nuts and get it cracking. Mountain Prospect Degrees, most enlisted go in thinking they're doing good work. The politicians know that and use patriotism to murder overseas. Exactly. 23 servicemen commit suicide every day. How many police officers commit suicide every day? You can't compare it, bro. I'm sorry. It's a false equivalency. Yeah, I figured you would not have, I didn't figure you would have a response. How come you aren't out there calling out the soldiers who raped and murdered innocent people in Iraq and Afghanistan? Because I don't have proof of that. I haven't seen it. You got a videotape? Do you have proof? I'm sure that happens, because it happens during every military occupation in foreign land. And guess what? They need to pay for it. I never said that it's okay for police officers to rape and murder people, military to rape and murder people. What is this fallacious argument? I never said it was okay for soldiers to rape and murder people. I never said that. But right now, I didn't even bring up the police. A ninja brought up the police. If a soldier rapes and murders, then they need to be held to account. Especially if they rape and murder a woman, they need a summary execution. Summary executions actually happen in the military. So if they get caught and proven to be rapists and murderers, they will get a summary execution within 30 days. That's what needs to happen to police officers here. Now, will the military try to cover up the rapes and the murders to make them not look bad? Yes, they will. And that's wrong too. All that shit need to be out in the open. You'll never hear me defend a soldier who rapes and murders people. Never. But guess what? Police officers rape and murder. They commit the most domestic violence in this country of all groups of people. Police officers commit the most domestic violence against their spouses. But they're not held to account as they should be. They're not held to account. They're not held responsible for the shit they do. 9 times out of 10. Man. You know what I mean? Police officers are more likely to get off the hook for the bad shit they do. And that's the problem. And why is that? Why is that, Snap? Well, it's because they're needed to enforce the laws. And it's better to have a sociopath and a psychopath enforce your unlawful edicts, because they're not going to care about the people's rights. Bottom line to it. I'm getting trolled. I don't know. I don't think so. I think they actually believe that police officers, I think they actually believe that they're good police officers. You can't claim to know everyone. Broad brushing, saying, yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Because because they're, listen, police officers are charged with upholding and enforcing unlawful and unconstitutional edicts. Therefore, they are bad. They are not good. So if you're a police officer, by nature, by definition, you have to enforce unconstitutional laws. End of story. Especially if you're a police officer that answers to politicians. Sonnet Studio says, do you see your girl Queen's Throne looking crazy in these YouTube streets missing?
Oh yeah, especially.
Sonnet Studios. Man, there's a lot going on with that. And that's not my, what interests me about that story is the fact that Brother Polite has been charged with victimizing and predatorizing a 14-year-old girl. That was the biggest draw for me, because I am an advocate for the children, and the idea that this dude could be out here doing that type of shit, that's what interested me. There's too many moving parts involved with the Inky and all that. Like, you know what I focus on. I don't know what you want me to say about the Inky situation. I don't know him like that. This is a waste of time trying to convince you that police and military do wrong. Yeah. And guess what? If you do wrong in a profession and you get caught, guess what happens? You get fired. If let's say you work for a Fortune 500 company and you get caught embezzling, there's no qualified immunity for you, my friend. You get jail time. Yeah, you might go play golf on your prison. You might play prison golf, but because it's a white-collar crime. But the police, this is what you're not understanding. Even when do you know, when I was in the military, I said it, I was in the military. When I was in the military, I was getting razor bumps, all right? So I got myself a shaving profile, meaning that I got an excuse from my doctor so I wouldn't have to shave, because I kept getting razor bumps that kept getting infected because we're in the dirt all the time. You know what I'm saying? And shit kept getting in there, whatever the case may be. So I had this shaving profile. My command sergeant major of my battalion, every time he saw me, every time, you didn't shave. And I'm talking about, I only had like a 2 o'clock shadow. I didn't even have a 5 o'clock shadow. I had a 2 o'clock shadow. Dude, I'm like, I show him my profile. The profile would say 6 months, 3 months, 5 months, a year. But it never failed. Every fucking time he saw me, he's harassing me about a motherfucking shaving profile. So one morning, I'm done. I'm at this little piece at the commissary, and she wanted to take me home. So I went and banged her out at her cousin's house. Her cousin stayed on post. I ended up spending the night. Well, guess what? I got PT at 6 o'clock in the morning. PT at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I wake up at 5:45. And I'm telling you, I don't even have my PT clothes with me. I don't have my PT clothes. And anybody in the military knows, you need a uniform even just for PT. You got to show up in certain shit. So I had to go back to my barracks. I had 15 minutes to run back to my barracks, change into my PT clothes, and get down to PT formation. Boom, I'm running. I'm getting there. I get to the house. I get to the barracks in 5 minutes. All right? I get to the barracks in 5 minutes. Boom, I got 10 minutes to go upstairs and shave. I mean, not shave, but put on my PT clothes so that I can get to motherfucking formation. What happens is, right when I get to the fucking barracks door, who's standing right there? Who's standing right there at the barracks door? The command sergeant major. My battalion sergeant. He's not even in my fucking, listen, he's in my chain of command, but there's like 5 or 6 people between me and him, as far as non-commissioned officers go. My team leader, my squad leader, my platoon leader, all right? My company, the company sergeant, all right? That's 4 for the company. Then you have battalion. Okay, so it's 4 people between me and him. Why are you asking me about my fucking shaving profile? Or shaving? Dude, it's like, it's not even light outside. No way he can tell whether or not I'm shaving, but he knows who the fuck I am. He's asking me, yo, why didn't you shave? Why you got hair on your face? And I said, I was hot. Because I knew if I was late to PT formation, I would get smoked, right? And I didn't want to get smoked, right? I didn't want to get the whole platoon smoked. I mean, I threw my fucking beret down on the ground. We had stupid ass berets when I got in. They just transitioned to berets. Threw my stupid ass beret down and fucking cussed to high heaven. He didn't say shit to me. I was ready to fight this dude. If you don't leave me the fuck alone about this fucking shaving bullshit, I was hot. Cause I knew what he was fucking harassing me for no fucking reason. And he was black. So, you know how that goes. If you're black and you're in command in the military, you got to act like whatever. Anyway, I get a fucking Article 15 for that. You see what I'm saying? Because he ran and told my platoon sergeant what happened. They gave me an Article 15 just for throwing my hat down. You understand what I'm saying? You know what happens when that happens? You lose. I lost 1 month's worth of pay. I didn't get paid, period, for a whole month. You understand what I'm saying? And I still had to show up to every formation. I still had to participate in every motherfucking drill. I still had to go to the range. I still had to go to PT. I still had to do every fucking thing. Just for throwing my hat down and cussing. All right? So the level of accountability for military versus police is a little different. All right? I didn't even mean to get all this. 57 minutes talking about pigs. Modern process. This guy, you believe this guy? Watching your eyes go down and to the left is suggesting you aren't being truthful. Oh man, I'm sitting up here rucking. I'm humping 80 pounds uphill, my dude. And I'm looking at my surroundings as I'm talking. What a fucking idiot. I'm sorry, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Bye-bye, peace out. She talking about me and Inky was a part of his movement. Inky was a new covenant member. Inky may have been a new covenant member. I don't know. Maybe he saw the error of his ways and decided not to be a new covenant member anymore. I don't know nothing about none of that. New covenant. I'm not a Hotep two-stepper. You understand what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I'm a type of cat, because I used to be a Hotep two-stepper back in the day. I used to be a part of a little group out here in California We would, every Sunday, spoken word, we talk about the man and, you know what I'm saying, all this shit, all the injustices, which were very real. Yeah. But when it came time for real action, shit didn't crack. It was just like, there comes a time to spit that knowledge, but then there's also time to actually stand on your nuts and act on what you say. Act on that knowledge. Let me see. Marcy says, I know we may disagree on life a little, but I wouldn't fight next to you any day. That's what's up, Ninja. But are you willing to fight against law enforcers that are upholding unlawful edicts? Let's say they stepped up to tyranny tomorrow. If they said, you know what, fuck this. We're sending out all the police officers in the National Guard. We're going to send them to your door, and we're going to give everyone a jab. We don't give a hot fuck. Fucking phone calls. Would you, if the police came and said, we're going to give everybody the jab, we don't care. If there was a executive order from the governors, the mayors, whatever, they said everybody in the state is going to get the jab. We don't care about religious exemption. We don't care about none of that. We're going to come to your door, and if you ain't got proof that you had the jab, we're going to give you one right then and there. We're going to have a nurse with us. Are you going to, in the police, to make sure that you comply with the nurse, right? And they can do this. They feel like they can do this because of the Model State Health Emergency Powers Act. So don't think that they won't do that if they feel it's necessary. Would you fight against would you fight by my side against the law enforcers that would choose to do that? That's the question. Oh, my modern prospector, I thought you was gone, bruh. Oh, he looked down to the left. He looked down and to the left. Like, if y'all believe that shit, let me tell you something. There's I know motherfuckers that can lie and look you dead in your eyes and not blink. I know people that can beat a lie detector test. Miss me with that bullshit. I'm not sitting under halogen lamps at an interrogation desk. I am walking up a fucking hill looking at my surroundings. You idiot. You look down into the left. Fucking clown. I usually don't launch ad hominem attacks, but I don't feel like this is an ad hominem attack. I feel like it's very relevant to what we're talking about. All right. A lot going on here. Watching my eyes. But my eyes that are shaded by the brim of my hat. Okay, buddy. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Were you really ever in the military? Sounds like stolen valor. Oh, what a clown. What an idiot. Stolen valor? Okay, buddy. So you asked me if I were ever in the military, and I don't give you an answer because I say it's irrelevant. Because I'm walking up a hill with a backpack and a camouflage tactical vest, you think that I'm playing military. So when I don't answer your question, you have a problem. But when I do answer, you call it stolen valor? Okay, pal. No, and guess what? Yes, modern prospector is still here because I don't believe in censorship, and I don't believe in blocking people who are saying shit that I don't necessarily like. So he can stay here as long as he wants. Modern prospector says they didn't take my pay for a month. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And I had a 2-week detail where I had to walk. I had a police detail where I had to walk around the barracks 3 times a day and pick up all the trash. All right. Yeah, I had Article 15. They took my pay for a month. That's what they do. And they hold your rank for another month. That's what they do. You're in the middle. You sign your rights away. You can essentially become a slave if you do something they don't like. The UCMJ, if you don't know what that is, I'm gonna go into my stolen valor mental Rolodex. The United States, U.S. Military Code of Justice, or U.S. Code of Military Justice. There are so many things in there that can be violated by a soldier that they can get you for. If you lace your shoes, if you lace your boots incorrectly, they can give you an Article 15. If you commit sodomy, right, which is anything other than having sex with your wife, missionary, they can give you 2 years in prison. So they can violate you for anything. They can violate you for anything. And essentially what I did was I went off on a command sergeant major. That's violation. So they won't hesitate to take, they will not hesitate to take your money. I might know people, but okay. This clown. All right, I'm gonna let you think that, minor prospector. I never said I was in combat. Exactly right. Enemy is, Unbeliever says, enemy is not human, is government, an industrial complex mostly hiding truth of this world and the beings in it. They're all corrupt and hiding these dealings and satanic beings. Word up. 902 Redmond says, OMG, is that justifiable? Did you ever make amends with that bullies? No, yeah, it's very justifiable. 902 Redmond. What happens is when you sign the dotted line, when you get into the military, you're basically signing your rights away. You have no rights. You are now property of the United States government. So yeah, they can do that. I signed it. I volunteered. I knew what I was doing. Even if I didn't read the whole contract, I knew what I was doing. Now, there are certain things they can't do, right? They can't give you unlawful orders. I mean, they can't just, do whatever they want to you, but they can do almost anything they want with you, as long as it doesn't violate the Geneva Convention, right? You have certain things that you can't do. There's an inspector general in the military that is supposed to make sure that shit don't get out of hand. Even though you sign your rights away, you still have some rights. But, there's so many things they can violate you for. Snap never said he was in the combat. He said he's glad he never fought. Oh, I'm glad he wasn't in those different. Yeah, I'm definitely glad I'm dead. Wade, what's up, man? Gusto was good. Blame the other man, not the brother man. That's funny. Alien believers, I don't believe in censorship, man. I would have advised you not to delete him. Let him say what he got to say. No, I'm not getting rid of I don't want the modern prospector going. That's right, Marcy T. No, Sonetta says, I have a problem with that, what is accused of as well, but why talk crazy about me when talking good about Inky? She talked about me, but Inky was a part of his movement. Inky was a New Covenant member. I mean, I don't know, man. That's for her. That's her decision. Like I said, she acknowledged that he might have had a New Covenant member shirt on, but that was a while ago. So I can't speak on that. I don't know Inky. Let's see. Yeah, I said I never. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, stolen term is applied to a phenomenon of people falsely claiming military awards or medals they never happened, and other tales of military action that exist only in their minds. Yeah, I never do that. I said I learned a lot. I'm glad I never had to go and kill for the bankers. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. I'm willing for fight for. A ninja says, "I'm willing to fight for what is right. You come to my house and force me to do anything, you will have hell," and that's good. We have more good guys than bad guys. Well, let's hope. You know, it's never too late. It's never too late for these indifferent cops to stand up and do the right thing. And that's what I'm hoping will happen one day. If push came to shove, one day hopefully they realize and wake up. Like, look, we're operating under a system that is designed to hold people down, and we're enforcing that. We are the enforcement arm of that system. So we need to change the dynamic. We need to change the culture. And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take for those indifferent cops to step up and do the right thing. I have had overseas duties. I had overseas duties for sure. Okay, this is how I know modern prospector is an idiot. Yeah. You said 80 pounds, but looks more like 30 at most. Looks more like 30? What are you talking about? So you can tell by looking at what? You look at my pack? Oh, because it doesn't look all puffed out? They're called weights. They're called plates. There's a 45-pound plate in here. Multiple weighted sandbags, right? And a 10-pound plate. There's multiple weights in here. It's not, they're actual weights. It's not fucking 80 pounds worth of equipment. It's 80 pounds of weights, actual weights, so that I know exactly how much weight I'm carrying. Alien believers. Alien believers, he's all right. It is what it is. See, modern prospector, I call you out for lying about that. You're not gonna, if I prove to you right now that I was in the military, I guarantee you would not mail an apology letter. I guarantee that. I guarantee it. I served in Korea. I was in Korea when 9/11 happened. I was in the mess hall. This is when I saw that shit. And we were put on 24-hour alert. And I had 20-hour duty. 20-hour duty. In a guard tower. 20 hours in the guard tower. Boom, you get 4 hours of rest. 20 hours patrol. With live ammo. So, you know what? Marcy says the Uniform Code of Military Justice, or UCMJ, is a legal framework that governs all members of the United States military. The UCMJ covers a variety of legal issues from apprehension and confinement. Yeah. 902 says, interesting, your comment indicates that you wholeheartedly don't believe him. You do comprehend that there are powerful accusations. Oh, they're very powerful accusations. Because guess what? Stolen valor is a crime. Stolen valor is a crime. You know that, right? It's a crime. You can go to jail for it. You can get fined for it. If you get caught committing stolen valor, you can go to jail. So you're basically accusing me of committing, well, it's not really a crime because you're not leaving a victim, right? You're misleading people, but you know, in the law books, it's a crime. So you're accusing me of doing some shit that can land me in jail. Just so you know that. Let me see. And then it said, Gusto. Alrighty then. Yes, Marty, exactly facts. Wait, I can respect a channel that lets people challenge them. Absolutely. You'll never see me deleting comments, blocking people. You know what I'm saying? Hell no. Because healthy dissent is crucial. Even if it's pointless, like accusing me of stolen valor, there's really no point to that. Because he got mad because I tried to say. He got mad because I'm holding police to account. So, you know, another goddamn phone call. Yeshua's return was good. Lots of footage coming out of Aussie, Dark Times, yeah. Oh, they going hard in Aussie. They're starting to resist. Throwing pigs around and all kind of shit. Yeah, they're fighting back. They're fighting back against the lockdowns and mandates without their right to keep and bear arms. Man, this will be a good lesson for the politicians out here. Imagine what the people can do with their rights to keep and bear arms. Now, as Ruben says, interesting they're fighting out there. This is how Minor Prospect did it. So he don't want the police to be held to account. So he tries to put in his false equivalency of the military getting away with shit. And when that wasn't enough, he challenged me. He asked me if I were ever in the military because I was playing soldier. First of all, this is not standard issue military garb. You understand? This is not uniform. This is not regulation or uniform. So that's not what it is. So when that wasn't good enough, he accused me of stolen valor. He has to be right about something. I just want y'all to take this as a good learning lesson about how to present arguments. And if your argument has no substance, sometimes it's okay to, if you can't back your argument up and it keeps getting destroyed, you know, sometimes it's okay to concede and submit, and not submit. Sometimes it's okay to concede and say, you know what, you're right, I was wrong. Sometimes it's okay. But to keep, attacking straw men, all this straw man bullshit. Oh, the military, did they do stuff? Oh, well, you wasn't in the military. Oh, well, you got stolen valor. Like, all those are straw man attacks that have nothing to do with the initial subject, the initial topic. Yeah, I lost all my guns and voting assets too. BN says, question the brother's valor reminds me of when black soldiers come home from the war. No respect. Oh yeah, but turn around. You know what it is. And in prison, all for not going to war when he couldn't use the restroom. Exactly. It is what it is. Yeah, it's a hell of a claim. Matter of fact, I got my wallet on me. I have something in my wallet that I can show you guys. I've actually shown it on a live stream before. Hold on. I've actually shown it on a live stream before. And I'm gonna cover my plan here. See that? What's that say? Oh, what does that say under there? Service connected. Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? What you got there? What you see? Hello? Stolen valor, right? That's what you said I had? Stolen valor? Why don't you call this number and find out? Call this number and ask them if I have stolen valor. Call that number. Here's my first name. What'd that say? U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs. What'd that say? Army? U.S. Army, right there. Service connected. Stolen valor, though, right? This must be a forgery. But you can call that number on the back and find out for sure. No problem, Ninja. It's been a while since I don't know. I guess you could thank me for my service. I appreciate that. I'm not gonna shit on you for that. I just feel like what our military is used for nowadays, not really serving anything, man, but the bankers, man. And it's really sad because a lot of people die, a lot of soldiers die in the name of spreading influence, man. It's just, read that book by Smedley Butler. I forgot what the book is called. War is a Racket or something like that. There hasn't really been a truly noble war since probably World War II. And that's arguable. You know what I mean? It's arguable. A lot of people like to say that was a false flag that got us into World War II in regards to Pearl Harbor. But, you know, it is what it is. It's just, our military could be used for so much better. It could be defending the homeland. And that's what it's supposed to be doing. Not nation building. The U.S. military, it's not in existence for nation building. Or so they say. It's not in the business of resource acquisition of foreign lands. It's not right. Both police and military are agents of government. They all commit human rights violations for the state, like you said, Snap. Most indifferent, and some are bad for violating people's rights. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Wade says, B, not everything is about race. Prospector is a former LE, so if you express hatred of LE, is going to get perked. What's a LE? Oh, law enforcement. Got it. He's a bad shiner. Got it. He's a okay. Yes, I agree. Race is used by the government to divide, and when you're mixed race, you really see the hypocrisy. Now, yes, the government is going to use race to divide, but that doesn't preclude the fact that there are still races out here. As a matter of fact, there are races in New York right now that would love to use the hokey pokey mandates to discriminate, and they're doing that. Now, I didn't even get into nothing I put on the live stream title, man. So there's one thing I wanted to talk about with this Gabby Petito thing, right? Gabby Petito, y'all are familiar. A lot of things surrounding that. There was a domestic violence call, you know what I'm saying, where she admitted to assaulting laundry. And, you know, that's completely wrong, right? Here's a lesson we can learn from that. A relationship lesson, right? If you're in a relationship with someone and anybody puts their hands on anybody, it's time to get out of that relationship immediately. That is a toxic relationship that you should not be involved in. Even if it's a woman hitting on a man for any reason. Because guess what? If you get hit by a woman, and what happened with Gabby? Well, the police were going to jail her, but decided to let both of them go at the same time, but they had to go to separate places. Now, what ended up happening after that is Gabby Petito ends up dead, all right? Who knows? Now, they say it's homicide. Now, who knows how that could have happened? Did she hit him again, and he decided to fight back, fall back too hard, and end up killing her? Or was it premeditated? Did she fall? Was she pushed? Was she stabbed? We don't know yet. The bottom line is this. This is why I say, right, hold on. Like I said, I don't know how she died. But I do know there are instances of where men hit women, right? They hit a woman. Well, probably not even not even 100% of their strength. But they'll hit a woman, and that woman can end up dead. There was that woman in the gas station. Remember that? Black dude hit this white woman at the gas station, punched her one time, and she died. So, this is why I say, one reason why I say, a man should never put their hands on a woman under any circumstances unless they're restraining her or something like that. But if a woman hits you the first time, you need to walk away. Fucking goddamn it. Fucking goddamn it. Yes, a woman should not hit a man because that man could not have the self-control that somebody like me would have and end up just killing you. This is the bottom line. A man can kill you. And not just because of that. It's just not right to put your hands on people unprovoked. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about in relationships where you're hitting a man. Don't hit a man unprovoked. You understand? Just because you feel like you're a woman and he's not going to do anything. Don't do that. Because a man can hit you. Now, it's probably what happened. I don't know. I can't even speculate. But Gabby probably was putting his hands on him, and he hit her back a little too hard, a little too many times, and boom, she's dead. And he knew that he would be in a world of shit. So he did. I don't know. But I think it's a distraction, right? Because people come up missing all the time. And we know the mainstream media loves to distract us. For what purpose? We'll find out soon. No murder is noble. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he's justified in killing her. I'm saying, fellas, we need to exercise a little bit of self-control and learn how to defend yourself. Listen, learn how to defend yourself. If you know how to defend yourself, you will know how to deflect a woman's punch. You'll know how to restrain her and not have to hit her. No murder is justified at all. But if a woman hits you in your relationship, leave that. Leave that. I don't care how good the pussy is. Leave it. Marcy T just posted a link to War is a Racket in the chat. So that'll explain a lot about military service and what we're actually doing here in the last century or two. It's not noble at all. What's sad is when the soldiers are deployed and they don't really truly know what they're fighting for. Exactly. You know, they don't. They don't know. Mark said, me and my husband have PTSD, and we both agreed that if we ever even feel like that, we walk away. That's what's up. That's how you're supposed to do it, Mark 77. That's how you're supposed to do it. Yeah, if you pick a fight, you better know how to fight. Exactly. Walk away is always the right thing to do. Exactly. Especially if it's someone you love, or someone you're dating. You don't want that. You don't want that in your relationship. Alien Believer says, agree. There to keep strong and never surrender to anyone who wants to hurt you mentally or physically. Yeah. Gusto says, if the body is fat, I might just put up with it. You funny. If the booty is fat, you funny. Take a bigger man to walk away. I always told my kids exactly. Oh, man. So that's a lesson learned from that. What they should have did, the police gave them an opportunity to leave each other alone. They didn't do it. And now we're here. And at the same time, the police should have kept their ass in jail and sent him on his way. Give them about a week. Let her go through the court process. You know what I'm saying? Keep her ass in jail. Have her go to court. Boom. Get a cooling off period. And they can leave each other alone. That's how it should go. Because let me tell y'all, I had a similar situation when I was still in the Army, all right? When I was still in Valor. I had my ex-wife, man. She was something else. She was a piece of work. And just to put in your mind what type of woman she is, she stabbed another woman 17 times for calling her son ugly, all right, in the street where she grew up, Coffeyville, Kansas. So she grew up in Coffeyville, Kansas, which is like a rural black city in like southern Kansas. But anyway, some chick called her son ugly, stabbed her 17 times before I met her. So that's the type of woman you're dealing with. Anyway, I'm sure I've told this story before, but here we go again. So we're in the house. We're married, and I had on-post housing at this point. And, you know, she always had her friends coming over. And they weren't really her friends. They were chicks that were married to dudes that in the military. So they had on-post housing. Some of these dudes, some of these wives, husbands were like deployed, or like not deployed, but they were serving, they were doing TDY, right? In like Korea, Germany, somewhere. And their home base was Fort Riley, Kansas. So she had these chicks coming over that she called herself making friends with. And this one chick came over. Oh, she was bad. She was bad. She was beautiful. She had a big old badunk, and just titties popping out like, you know what I mean? And just titties just, titties all out, cleavage all out. and she was looking bad, man. And she was calling herself flirting with me and giving me the googly eyes and all that shit. And when she left, me and my wife are washing dishes. And she's like, now, but mind you, she had been accusing me of cheating on her damn near every day since we moved on post. So, you know, that's the type of woman she was. I wasn't cheating on her at that time. I wasn't cheating on her yet. But anyway, so she's like, so you think my friend cute? And I'm like, oh shit. And she all right. And she said, were you looking at her titties? And I'm like, oh shit. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, yeah. I was looking at her titties. So she had a pot with hot water in it that she was rinsing out. So she takes that water. She takes that water and throws it in my face. All right, now it's hot water. Not super hot, but hot. And I'm like, okay. So I grab a sports bottle that had water in it, and I squirt her in her face with it. So she hauls off and hits me with the pot in the head, right? And at that point, it's on. She's swinging this fucking pot at me, and I'm blocking it, deflecting it. She caught me a few times with it. She breaks the pot handle. She's hitting me so hard with this thing that the pot handle breaks. So she starts slashing at me with the pot handle, scratching me up, all kind of shit. So I'm able to like grab her and restrain her, but she has an arm out. Now I got her from behind. She has an arm out. She reaches for the phone and she calls her cousin. Her cousin calls the police because she told her, she said, call the police, call the police. I don't know why she didn't just call the police, but these are military police because we're on post. So I'm restraining her. I get her ass to calm down, and she calms down because the police are on their way and she thinks that she's good. Well, the police show up and kind of the same situation with Gabby Petito. They see me and they see her. And she has no marks on her, no signs that she had been attacked. But what she does have is like her hand has scratches on it, like her knuckles have like scratches on it, and like she had hurt her wrist or something, or her thumb, while she was hitting me. And me, I had scratches on my face, my arms, I had defensive wounds, you know what I'm saying? And so they arrested her and had me go to the barracks. So I know that situation. From that point, I stayed in the barracks and I gave up that on-post housing. And then a lot more crazy shit happened after that. I tried to work it out at some point. I get out the Army. We end up in Texas, Plano, Texas, for a little bit. And same shit happens. Except this time, she has a hammer. Couldn't hit me with the hammer. Grabs a knife. Couldn't get me with the knife. I was able to disarm her from both of those. I ended up like kind of choking her out with my right hand. I had her pinned down on the couch with my hands around her throat, telling her to calm the fuck down. So, and her mom came out and she said, oh, no, don't do that. No, it's okay, blah, blah, blah. Because her mama knew what type of person she was. Her mama knew. She knew exactly that I had her pinned down on that couch because I was defending my life.
Oh, she had Cover City stairs.
After that, that was it. That was the last time I seen her in person. That next morning, I took my car and drove from Plano, Texas, all the way back to LA. And I had a little janky cell phone. You know, back then, it was, you know, the cell phones weren't that good. I had a little janky cell phone. I called my mom, was like, yeah, I'm on my way back, blah, blah, blah. But she had called me one good time in the eye. And I had a black eye with the fucking vessels in my eye, or the, you know, the whatever vessels, blood vessels in my eyes had burst, and they were all red. My eye was red and shit. It was crazy. Yeah, I got the fuck out of there, man. And that was probably the best thing I could have did in my life, was get out of that toxic situation. So, and I never hit her, but I damn sure defended myself. I knew how to, you know, I knew how to block blows and all that type of shit. I knew how to disarm. I was able to do that. Strong as she was, I'm still stronger. And I was able to overpower her and de-escalate the situation. So I knew at that point there was nothing good that can come of this relationship. So I got out of there. Yeah, she was a nut. And Blue says, wow, crazy stuff, bro. Been there myself. But we all have a story of our ex-lives. And learn, I say, yeah, thank God, yeah. Whew, she was crazy. But, you know, shit happens for a reason. Best thing I ever did was get the fuck out of that relationship. Best thing I ever did in my life. So it's all good.
We're gonna go down to the halfway. Wherever you want to start. But that's what we're gonna do. All right,
But, you know, I spent so much time talking about police and all this other shit. I didn't even get into the Larry Nassar or whatever his name is. I didn't even get into that. I might have to say that for another day. But I'm pretty much done here. I'm going to finish it up with some drills over at the circle and be on my way. But I'm about to get off this live stream. I'll talk about that later. Why this guy, his case, you know, the Larry, I forgot his name, last name exactly. But this guy, he's the physician. Hold on. He's the physician that molested Gabby Douglas, and so many other females, so many other young girls. Not Gabby Douglas. Fuck, my mind's not working right now. This guy molested hundreds of little girls throughout his career. Yeah, Simone Biles. And you know, his case proves how useless the government is, because these young girls went to the FBI, and the FBI didn't do shit. The FBI didn't do shit. They were complicit. They swept the shit under the rug, and he went on to molest over 100 more girls. So it just proves how useless the government is. Yeah. Now, y'all know me. I don't have nothing to prove. But, let's see. The ladies that act crazy like that are freezing in the bedroom. Yeah, she was bad in the bedroom. She swallowed and everything. Every time. TC brother, thanks. And keep up the good works. Always forever, everyone here sending love from Canada. That's what's up. So look, before I get out of here, this guy said that I was lying pretty much about how much weight I was carrying. Said it was probably 30 pounds in here. We'll see. I ain't got nothing to prove, but why not? Right? Let's see if it's just 30 pounds in here, guys. Now I'm curious. I'm curious. Is it just 30 pounds in here? Let's see. Lawrence Renault was good. All right. Here's 10 pounds. I got each bag. I got bag about 6 or 7 pounds in here. That's one. That's one. I don't know if y'all can see. Here's 2, 3. So that's about I want to say 21 pounds right here of those 3. Now, so far 10, 21, that's 31 pounds, right? 31 pounds. Now, he said 30 pounds. 30 pounds. Let's see here. Here's a plate. What does that say? What does that say? What? 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 What does that say? Huh? I can't even see the screen. It's so fucking dark. The screen's off. What? 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 30 pounds? 30 pounds? 30 pounds? 30 pounds? 30 pounds, right? But what you see here is a 45-pound plate. Thanks, Lawrence Renault. Look, what you see here is a 45-pound plate. That's what happens when you slam it on the tailgate. 45 pounds. All right. So let's see. 45 pounds, a plate. 45-pound plate. Slide that back up in here. Shit. All right, 45 pounds. 7, 14. I can't fit the third one. 21. It's about 6.5, 7 pounds. Right? So, 45 plus 10, 55 pounds. Plus the 3 bags, roughly 21 pounds. 45, 55, 76. Plus, and I said, plus the shit that I have on, which is about 5 or 6 pounds. So I'm pretty sure those of you who can count knows how much that is. That's roughly 80 pounds of weight. 80 pounds. And I just added this 10-pound weight this past Sunday. So, so far proven, because you know I do like to give proof and evidence of the things that I assert. So far proven that I don't have stolen valor, that I'm not committing stolen valor, and that that's not 30 pounds. I proved that I'm carrying at least 80 pounds of weight when I ruck, outside of my own body weight. I don't want the apology. Is who's still moving to Missouri? Mike Lowry? Did I say I was moving to Missouri? Hell no, I ain't moving to Missouri. Fuck that. I'm 6 foot, Lawrence. I have no reason to get on here. What I have, like, I can't even be monetized. Why would I? What am I lying about? I can't even get more views for more views on this fucking channel. Mike Lowry, we can still be friends, buddy. I just don't have to. Missouri, oh wait, no, I lived in Kansas, and I went to Missouri often. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Thank you, Marcy T. No, I don't know. I'll narrow it down for you guys. Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, Tennessee, one of those places. Definitely not Florida. Definitely not Louisiana. No, none of those two. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go do some Muay Thai drills, and then I gotta go pick up some stuff. I gotta pick up some fish and some tri-tip for this party. Somebody asked me to grill for a party on Saturday. You're in Joplin, Missouri, where they had that big tornado. Yeah, I bet there are very few blacks there. Yeah. No stolen. I feel like this live was about me trying to explain how there's no such thing as good cops and how I'm not committing stolen valor. It's crazy. And lying about how much weight I'm carrying. I have no reason to lie about that. All right, man. Peace out, guys.